let's start all over with the Inoue stuff. I mean, your thoughts on it. Obviously, it was back and forth. He was speaking upon Neri, in his situation with, testing hot as well. Uh, Speak a little bit upon more in depth of the fight.
That was a good fight. What I was saying was I was impressed with Neri because I haven't been big on him since he got popped. He hasn't looked. He got stopped by Figueroa with a body shot. He just haven't looked like the same guy since they caught him doing whatever he was doing. But I was impressed, man, because he fought a good fight. He was quick, he was sharp, he was there to win. He just was fighting a special fighter, fight clean. Because when you depend on that stuff and then you got to fight clean, probably takes your confidence away a little bit because you're using it for a reason. So I get a guy his props for going over there and standing up like a man and doing it the right way and training hard and being the first person to drop in a way and giving him a real tough fight. And obviously I'm impressed with Inoue. That was a big strong guy he was in there with. Neri has a lot of knockouts and he got hit right on the button. You know what I mean? Damn, he got hit right on the money. And within a round, he was recovering and knocking Neary down. So in a way, he's a monster. He really is a monster, man. He's a violent little guy. I'm surprised, that was the first time he ever been, because guys with that style that fight so violently and throw so many big punches and they jump in and out, every once in a while they'll.
Right, right. Um, People speaking, as far as him moving up in the division at 126 pounds. What do you think? I mean, obviously, that stuff that we want to see. He seems like a legacy type of a guy,
Um, I think that 26 might be doable,
like a
but
Brandon
there's a kid.
Figueroa.
Listen, off. This is the thing about fights, right? And I hope you understand this when I say it. It's not just one guy. It's the totality of taking tough fight after tough fight, division after division. Eventually, every dog had a day. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa used to say, "There's never been a horse, there's never been rode, there's never been a jockey, there's never been through." So eventually, if you keep fighting tough guys in their prime, it's the totality of fighting back to back top guys, ring rated, top 10, top five kind of guys. So I can't say it's like one specific guy out there that I'll be like, yo, that guy could probably beat him. But he's 31. He's come up from 108. Eventually he gonna have his day. You know what I'm saying? He keep messing with these guys and keep going up in weight. That's how that works. So, and I'm saying the same thing about him. It doesn't matter. Nonito eventually had his day. Uh, Chocolatito eventually had his day. I'm a big fan of Bam Rodriguez. But if he goes up to 118, 122, eventually he will have his day. So I look at Inoue's frame and, everybody wants to make the comparison to Pacquiao because they both Asian and they do kind of fight similar. But if you ever see a picture with them two together, Pacquiao got much more bone density. He's just a bigger man naturally. Legs, head, he's taller. He's just a bigger guy. And on top of that, you got to realize Pacquiao, in a way, is 31, right? Pacquiao was already at 122 by the time he was 22, 23 years old. He was at 126 by the time he was 24, and he was at 130 by the time he was 26. In a way, he's 31, and he's only at 122. So Pacquiao was already up to 140, 147 pounds by the time they was the same age. So for people to expect Inoue to do what Pacquiao did, we probably never going to see that ever again in boxing. A flyweight be able to beat welterweights. That's very, very rare. I just think we got to let Inoue be who he is and Pacquiao be who he is because it's totally they bone densities is different. It's not that Pacquiao's so much better. I think that they pretty much close to equals as fighters, but they just different size men. So the cause for Inoue to fight guys at 130, 135, I think is a bit unfair. He just don't have the frame for that. You know what I'm saying? Like he just don't have a frame. I don't know no other way to say it. Like he is just, I think it's just too much to ask for him. And then people want him to fight Tank. Tank is just as talented as he is, but way bigger. Tank could hurt him, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not like I don't think that's a fair fight. But it's boxing. People can say whatever they want to say. I think his max is probably 126. And there's guys that, he probably could beat at 130, maybe even 135. But I don't know if he could beat the special guys there. You know what I mean? The top guys. I couldn't imagine him fighting the Shakurs, the Tanks, the Teofimos. Like they just, even though he moved up to 140, they just as talented as he is, but 20, 25, 30 pounds naturally bigger. That's a lot to give up. You know what I mean? It's just tough to give up. It's like asking them to fight Boots, or like asking them to fight, the best 54s and 60 pounders of the world. Crawford. How about that? It's like asking Shakur to fight Crawford. Can he fight Crawford in a real fight with no? I know they don't. I know they spar, but with no headgear and 8-ounce gloves, I don't think so. You know what I mean? So I think that's tough to ask in a way. I think he's going up probably as much as he could. 22. His body's not like ripped to the gills at 22. So at 26, he'll just be fighting at a weight just to for new challenges. It's not like he, grew out of the weight, which is a little different. Moving up in weight when you grow out of the weight and moving up in weight just to be moving up. It's two different things. But there's a kid over there in Japan. I think his name is Junto Nakatani. He bad too. That's a major fight. I'm not saying Inoue can't beat him, but before he move up, he might want to see that kid. That's a major fight. That kid is really good. He trains over here with I think it's Rudy Hernandez, but
He
he's
knocked
nice.
out Maloney.
Yes, he's nice. He's nice. I would like to see that fight. Before he decides to go to 126.
Mm, mm.